My house is overrun with pests. I have two burdensome freeloaders cohabitating with me. What a pity! Wouldn't you agree, Flora?
Two freeloaders? Are you referring to me and Tony?
Who else am I referring to? Thanks to my son, you're enjoying the privilege of living here without paying rent and eating for free. You're essentially taking advantage of the situation without contributing anything in return. How lucky for you! I'm currently enjoying a cup of coffee with some friends, and our conversation has shifted towards discussing our respective in-laws. They helped me realize how fortunate you are.
I have to disagree. I go to work and then get labeled as a freeloader by my mother-in-law. Please don't call me that, by the way. It isn't right.
Oh my! Aren't you a feisty one? You are the one who forcefully entered my house, carrying that unsightly child of yours. After the birth of that child, all you do is remain at home, entertaining yourself with it, neglecting any substantial responsibilities. What would you call that sort of lifestyle? You're just taking advantage of me. Do you think you're a queen bee and I'm just a worker?
Play? I look after my child while also working at home. And I also do the housework.
Work? I don't know what sort of lie you're trying to spin there. All you do is play around using my son's money. What an audacious little thing you are to try and claim otherwise.
If you would only look after Tony, then I would be able to work more.
I hope you're joking, but that's not even funny. What a bad sense of humor you have.
What? But it's true.
You want me to look after that ugly spawn of yours? It is seriously the ugliest baby I've ever seen. I honestly doubt that that thing is even Harry's child. You were probably knocked up by some other guy that you met on the wrong side of town. Just the thought of that makes me sick.
Why do you have to say things like that? You're being so rude. What did I ever do to you? And believe me, if Harry wasn't the father, I wouldn't be here. And if I wasn't here, then you two would be in a very tight spot.
Tight spot? Just because you're not here? My! Don't you think highly of yourself? I never wanted you to be here in the first place. Same with that spawn of yours too.
You need to stop wallowing in denial and just accept that this is how things are. Tony is your grandchild. But you shouldn't be harping on us. You need to talk to Harry as well. He's the one that needs to change.
Excuse me? I know you're not going to start criticizing my precious Harry now. Who's being rude?
He's already a full-grown adult. He's 30. I don't think it's appropriate to call him your precious anymore.
He's my son. I can call him whatever I want. You stay out of it. You didn't give birth to a boy, so you can't understand. A boy is the best thing that you can have. They are precious, and they will always be your child.
Only to you. As far as everyone else is concerned, he is an able-bodied citizen. At the very least, he needs to learn how to take care of himself. Right now, he can hardly even dress himself.
So what? His workplace doesn't have a dress code. He can wear whatever he wants. If his workplace doesn't say anything, then who are you to give your opinion?
That's what you think.
Is that your attitude? Harry and I took you in, and this is how you treat us? Karma is going to come back and get you. Mark my words. You'll get what you deserve. Don't come crying to me when something bad happens to you.
I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, this conversation is going nowhere. We should just stop. It's time for Tony's bath anyway.
Is this Flora?
Yes, it is. And who is this?
My name is Ina.
Sorry, but I don't know any Ina.
I'm so sorry.
What? Why are you apologizing?
I've been dating Harry. I'm so sorry.
You've been dating my husband? You're joking.
It's true. But I swear I didn't know that he had a wife and child. I would never have dated him if I knew.
Really now? Then, what do you want with me? Are you going to tell me to break up with him?
Of course I am. But that's not why I contacted you. I just wanted to apologize.
Well, that's not fair.
What do you mean by fair?
So you're just apologizing because you feel guilty about what you did. Did you think that would absolve you of everything?
I really am sorry. I never wanted to cheat. My father. He cheated on my mother multiple times when I was a child. I saw how my mother suffered. That's why when I found out that Harry was married, I just couldn't stay silent. I also want to warn you. Harry has been seeing other women as well. I'm not the only one.
What? Other women?
Yes. I was shocked too. I'm not his only girlfriend. I know this might be hard to hear, but I had to tell you.
Are you telling the truth? How do I know you're not just lying to me to scare me off so that you can be with him?
That's not what I'm trying to do. I have proof. That man is a pig. Even though you're his wife, it honestly feels like he's been cheating on me as well. And he's been cheating on both of us with others. I know that it really isn't my place to tell you all this, but I just couldn't let it keep happening.
Thank you for letting me know, I guess. I spent all day taking care of my child, so I don't have time to get out of the house. I didn't even suspect that he was cheating on me.
I really am so sorry. I have always been aware of how much pain my father caused me and my mother. I never wanted to be a part of what he did to us. But somehow, I grew up to be involved in something just like it. I feel like I'm just as bad as he was. I can't express how truly and deeply sorry I really am.
You said that your name is Ina?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you for telling me the truth. For what it's worth, I do believe that your apology is genuine.
Thank you so much. Please let me extend my apologies to your child as well. I never wanted to hurt her, and I never wanted any child to go through what I went through.
If you have any photographic evidence, may I have it? I will forgive you if you give those pictures to me.
Yes, of course. I'll give them all to you.
Thank you for cooperating with me. I forgive you, so please stop torturing yourself over this. You seem like a good girl, and I know that you can find a much better man than a horrible pig like my husband. Free yourself from that relationship, and I hope that you can find a proper man. I wish you all the best.
Thank you for saying that. Again. I'm really sorry.
I'm done having leeches like you in my house and taking up my space. Hurry up and pack your things. Get out right now!
What? Are you serious right now?
I don't need you or your spawn in my life. All I need is my son. We are fine without you. I've already filed for divorce, so you need to get out. Don't forget to take your spawn with you. Your leeching days are over.
Leeching? Your son is the only one who is leeching off of people.
I am not interested in any more of your slander against my son. Just get out!
And what do you mean you filed for divorce? How could you possibly have done that?
I found a divorce petition earlier today, already signed. I just took the liberty of dropping it off for you.
Ah. You stole my thunder. I was looking forward to the day when I can file for divorce. Harry and I signed those papers way back along with our marriage certificate. We only got married because I got pregnant. I wanted to make sure that I had an escape route if things didn't work out, so as part of our prenup, I had him sign divorce papers as well. That was the only way I was going to marry him.
Why on earth would you have wanted to do that? Why would you even want to divorce my beautiful son?
Why? That's such an easy answer. It's because he's a good-for-nothing leech. If he wanted to divorce me, he wouldn't be able to live the cushiony life that he has now. He tried his best to tie me down.
What are you even talking about? He supports you and your little brat.
You do know that he still hasn't given up on his music, right?
That's just a hobby. So he plays a bit of music when he has some free time. What about it? That doesn't make him a bad person, and it's not a reason why you should call him a leech.
Oh, but you are so sadly mistaken. He is still hoping to make it big and live off of his music.
What? Live off of his music? What about his job? He leaves the house every day to go to work, doesn't he?
He doesn't. When he goes out every morning, he isn't going to work at some office. He's actually going to band rehearsals. You've seen his rocker outfits, right? No job would ever allow him to dress like that. So did she really think that he was going to some office dressed like that?
Why not? Companies these days aren't as stiff as they used to be. People can wear whatever they want. But you're saying that he isn't working. That can't be true.
Maybe you'll believe me when I tell you how much he makes. He only brings home about $200 a month. And that would be considered a good month.
What? Only $200 a month?
Why, yes. He does live gigs on Friday nights. The rest of the week is spent rehearsing. Oh, and recently he started his own YouTube channel. After paying studio rental fees and other things, he's only left with $200.
It might be a small amount, but he is still getting paid. You need to apologize for calling him a leech.
That's it? That's what you chose to focus on? Don't you have anything else to say about him? About the way he is living?
Do you need to know what the definition of a leech is? A leech is a person that doesn't even contribute a single penny to the household. And they rely on others to live. But that isn't my son. He's contributing something. So he isn't a leech. Harry is out there working hard and trying to make his dream come true. That's admirable. He's even able to bring money home while doing it.
He might be bringing that money inside the house, but it's definitely not going towards anything for the family.
What is he doing with it then?
He uses that money to pay for cigarettes instead. He said that he has to look like a rocker and act like a rocker. He claims the rockers have to smoke and that they can't vape because that isn't the rock life. The price of cigarettes has gone up every year. I'm sure you're aware of his smoking habits. He smokes a pack a day and he doesn't care where he does it. Even when Tony is in the same room as him, he still lights up.
I thought he only did that because this job causes him stress. But a lot of people smoke.
Nope. He only does it to look and act cool. He basically smokes the little money that he makes away. He's really good for nothing. But it really doesn't matter anymore because I don't have to deal with him from now on. He's not my problem anymore. I was only holding everything in for the sake of our daughter. But thanks to you, I don't have to do that anymore either.
Now wait a minute.
Thank you so much, Naomi. You saved me. You talked a lot of smack about me, but at the very end you did me a huge favor. Thank you. You saved me from going through all the trouble myself. You're going to be taking over the bill payments, right? Someone will need to pay the electric bill, the taxes, the phone bill, and buy all the food. Oh, and the rent, of course. You're going to be doing that from now on, right?
You were the one who has been paying all that?
Yes. Who else? Your son definitely doesn't make enough money to pay any of those. He doesn't have any money at all. I'm actually quite a successful writer. All I need to do is write articles during my free time and I can make $1,000 a week.
$1,000 a week?
Actually, I was in a pickle. I already achieved financial independence and my love for Harry had burned out a long time ago. I was going to file for divorce soon. I went to the shelf where I had put the divorce papers but was shocked when I couldn't find them there. I thought I must have misplaced the envelope somewhere. Where did you find them?
They were underneath my mattress. I was changing my sheets and they just fell out like a little gift from God.
Oh, I see. Harry didn't want me to get a divorce, so he must have hidden them in your room. So not only did you find the papers for me, but you handed them over to the courthouse as well. Thank you very much for doing that. Now I will finally be able to be free.
Wait! Just wait a second! Do you really intend on throwing my son away like that?
Yes. In a heartbeat. It might take a while for the divorce to be granted, but I don't see the reason why I should stay here any longer. My job here is done. Enjoy your life with your precious son. By the way, Harry has a gig this weekend, so he won't be back until tomorrow afternoon. In the meantime, I'll be gathering my things and getting out of here by tonight.
No! You can't do that! Just listen to me for a second, Flora. I'm sorry for saying all those horrible things to you. I had no idea what was going on. So could you please forgive me?
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to forgive you.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to forgive you. What? But I asked really nicely. I'm your mother-in-law and I'm asking for forgiveness. How can you be so cold?
Because it's too late. And by the way, I am going to be coming at him hard in the divorce proceedings. Expect the alimony to be substantial. Like $50,000 substantial. We're thinking of getting it up front as well. With his lifestyle, there's no guarantee that he'll be able to pay monthly.
$50,000? Are you crazy?
You called me a leech all the while Harry was cheating on me with several women. I had to suffer from that. And on top of that, I was paying for everything. I was carrying a very heavy burden. My lawyer said that I can ask for pain and suffering compensation.
Lawyer? You talked to a lawyer already?
Of course. I couldn't find the divorce paper, so I had to contact a lawyer to help draw another one up. But again, thanks to you, you found the papers. I don't have to pay the lawyer for document fees. You saved me again.
Oh my goodness! What have I done? Harry is going to be so mad when he finds out that I was the one that handed in the papers. I hate it when he gets mad. I can't get through to him once he has flown off the handle. You know how he gets when he's angry.
Oh, I definitely know. There's no stopping him when he gets angry. He just needs to burn himself out. I have been on the receiving end of his anger while you just go hide in your room. But the only way to calm him down a bit is with money.
Money? That's how you got him to stop his rampage?
Yes. There's no other way that would work.
How much does it cost?
Do you have any idea how much it cost for him to do his gigs? He needs to pay for transportation as well as clothes. It costs quite a bit, so my best advice for you is to not get him angry.
But I don't have any money. I don't have an income. I just live off of my pension.
Oh, and I haven't even thought about child support yet. I deserve that as well. Actually, Tony deserves that. And it's not like he's any kind of good influence, so I think she'll be much better off with the money than with him around.
How can you even say about that? You're so cold. You're evil. Don't you have any empathy at all?
Don't talk to me about empathy. You have been exploiting me ever since I got together with Harry. You haven't even shown me an inch of kindness since the beginning. This is karma coming back to get you. You reap what you sow.
In the end, Naomi achieved her desired outcome. She was able to live independently with her son. She quickly discovered that Harry was spending a significantly larger amount of money than she could have ever anticipated. Naomi had no other option but to end her retirement and take up a part-time position at a fast food establishment in order to contribute towards their expenses. She had envisioned a peaceful life after retiring, but her son's actions shattered that dream completely. She inadvertently contributed to the situation by indulging Harry excessively, leading to the current circumstances. She will bear the consequences of that mistake for the remainder of her existence. As for myself, witnessing the effects of excessive parental indulgence, I aspire to strike a harmonious balance between affection and firm guidance when raising my own daughter.
Hey, Selena. It's been so long since we talked. How have you been? We last spoke at our high school reunion last year, if I recall correctly.
Oh, hi, Evan. Yeah, it has been a while. What do you need?
Why are you giving me such a cold reception? I understand that it's been a while since we last talked, but we used to have a close relationship.
Why should that make a difference?
What do you mean? Of course it makes a difference. You were my best friend in high school.
Are you not aware of your own actions and their impact?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm referring to the events that occurred during our high school reunion. I'm referring to your actions of leaving and engaging in an affair with one of our former classmates. He had just gotten married a few weeks before. They ended up divorcing because of your inability to control yourself.
Oh, that. I didn't know you knew about that.
Of course I knew. Literally everyone at the reunion was talking about it. We are from a small town and we all know each other. Everyone knew what was going on within the hour.
I didn't realize I was so famous.
Only for being a homewrecker. I'm not sure that that's something to be proud of.
Maybe not. But at least people are talking about me. But anyways, that doesn't really matter. Me and him broke up a long time ago, so there's nothing more to talk about on that subject. I've started seeing someone else now, and my life couldn't be better.
Oh, I see. So why did you contact me? We barely spoke at the reunion. I didn't think there was anything to be said between us. Honestly, I didn't expect to ever hear from you again.
Well, I'm living in Portland right now.
Portland, Oregon?
That's the one. And I just found out that your husband is one of the clients of the company I am working for now.
Oh, I see.
We didn't get a chance to talk for long, but he told me about how he was to be away from home for 6 months for work.
Yeah. I think he's scheduled to be there until around September.
He said that he got the assignment because his manager took a liking to him.
That's one way to put what happened.
Why didn't you come with him? I can't imagine being away from someone I love for that long. You don't have any kids yet, right?
No, we do not have kids, but it just wasn't going to work out. It would have been a major blow to my career to be away for so long.
You could have just quit working. Then you would have been able to come to Portland with him.
It wasn't that simple. A lot of factors went into the decision for me to stay here. For one, we just started a major project at my job a week ago. I'm taking the lead in this particular project, so it would have been a major setback to abandon it. And even if I could hand the reins to someone else, I didn't want to leave my coworker shorthanded in the middle of something important.
Oh, really? I didn't think your career was so important to you. But I guess the decision has been made, so it doesn't matter either way now.
Hey, I'm sorry, but I have to go. A client is calling me. I'll text you later if that's all right.
No problem. Talk to you again soon. Hey, Selena. How have you been lately?
Fine. What is it?
Another cold reception. Do you always greet people like that?
Why would I be happy to get a message from someone like you?
Someone like me? What did I do?
I know you, Evan. You always have an ulterior motive when you contact anyone. So what do you want?
Good grief. That's a really harsh thing to accuse someone of. Can't I just want to chat with a friend?
Okay. What did you want to chat about?
Well, as it happens, there is something that's been going on that I need to tell you about. Ben has been living with me while he is in Portland on business.
Ben? As in? My husband?
Yup! We have been living together for the past few months.
I have no idea what to say.
I know, I'm sure it's pretty surprising. You're probably pretty confused, I get it. Your husband was taken away from home by work, and then someone that you used to be pretty close to stole him away from you in a romantic sense. I'm sure it's a lot to take in. But really, it's kind of your fault for making him live by himself in an unfamiliar place for so long. Of all people, I am one who understands how that feels. It's not a good feeling. I had to move to Portland because of things that weren't my fault and had to learn how to make do by myself in a new city. I understood the loneliness that he was feeling, and that brought us together.
Do not try to make what you are doing okay by getting poetic.
Sorry, that's just who I am when I'm in love.
Having an affair with a married man is nothing to brag about. Especially when the person you are talking to is that man's wife.
I guess you're right. I promise I wasn't trying to brag, though. I just felt like you should know. He's away from home and feeling lonely, so I built the hole that you left by not coming with him. You should be happy that he's not miserable.
Is that so? You take pride in the fact that you stuck your hand into another couple's marriage. At this point, I'm starting to think cheating with married men is just a hobby to you.
You're just jealous that we are madly in love. We have each other, and nothing will stand in the way of us being together. I'm a little sorry for taking him from you. But with Ben's love, I know I will get over it soon.
Evan, did Ben not tell you? We've been divorced for several months now.
What?
There was a lot that happened before he left. We tried for years to make it work, but there were just too many bad feelings between us. It was time to let go and both of us move on. Besides, with the way that he got put on that assignment in the first place, I really don't think it will be the last. On top of all that, it's like I was saying when we talked a few months ago. My career is important to me. And our relationship had deteriorated to such a point that there was no way I was going to give it up to chase after him.
Oh, he never said anything about it.
You remember when we talked about 6 months ago? The divorce was finalized about 2 weeks after that.
So, when me and Ben started talking, you were already divorced?
Yes. And because we have no kids and I make plans you have money on my own, there wasn't much to the divorce. It was all said and done pretty quick. Not that it really matters at this point, but there is one thing I'm curious about. When did you and Ben start seeing each other?
About 4 months ago.
When did you start living together?
Almost 2 months ago.
And the two of you never talked about his marriage or anything?
I never asked. But, hang on a second. Something's not right. He gets phone calls and texts sometimes from someone that he said was his wife. And the other day, he asked me to leave our apartment until the evening because he said his wife was coming. If that's not you, then who is he talking about? Have you ever come to visit him while he's been in Portland?
No, not even once. All of the divorce paperwork was handled through our attorneys. There was no reason for me to see him in person.
Then why would he tell me his wife was coming to visit? Who the hell is he talking about?
Maybe he got remarried?
To who?
If I had to guess, I would say it's probably the woman he was seeing when we divorced.
What? He was seeing someone when you divorced?
I told you our relationship was in shambles. That's another reason that we split. Ben is really not good at being faithful. He had more than one affair while we were together. Sounds like it didn't take him long to remarry and find a way to cheat on his new wife. He never learns.
Wait. Do you know the person that he was cheating on you with when you divorced?
My best friend sleeps with my husband, or someone else's husband. I'm single. I wanted to have some leverage if you decided to make the divorce proceedings difficult, so I paid to have a full investigation done. Part of that investigation was to look into the background of the woman he was seeing.
Tell me who it is.
Now that I think about it, there's a chance that you know her too.
Who is it?
Her name is Kaylin. She's the daughter of his own manager before he left on the 6-month work assignment. You said that Ben is a client of your company, right? You may have met her at some point. I'm not sure if she is a full employee at the company Ben works for, but I hear that she involves herself in business affairs sometimes.
What does she look like?
I don't really remember. But she is only 18 years old and mostly just does company work from time to time, so her father will give her an allowance.
18?
A little time has passed since the investigation, so she might be 19 by now.
How did they even get involved with each other? She's so young.
I believe she visited the office some when she was still in high school. That's how they originally met. When I confronted Ben about the affair, he said that he fell in love with her the first time he saw her. Father was furious when he found out. That's why he sent Ben on an extended work trip, so they would be far away from one another. It seems that plan has not worked out like he hoped. For a while I was really bitter about the fact that he got involved with someone so young. But looking back, he was never good at being faithful. The age of the woman doesn't change that.
This doesn't make sense. I thought he loved me.
I think her family's money has a lot to do with his motivations as well. Despite her father's initial anger, Ben seems to be doing well financially. Some mutual friends tell me that he's always blowing money like he will never run out. So I'm pretty sure he is getting quite a bit of money from her.
How could he do that? She's more than 10 years younger than him. That's disgusting.
I agree. It creeps me out to even think about that relationship. But that's none of my business now.
But if all this is true, then why aren't they living together? Why is he living with me?
I remember something about they were having a new house built. They are probably waiting for construction to finish and then move in together. A friend of mine that works at the company told me that she is pregnant now. So I'm sure they plan on moving in together anytime now.
She's pregnant, too?
So I hear. She's probably due sometime next month or the month after.
But what does all of this mean for me? Was he just using me for a place to live until he was ready to move in with her? Does she know about this?
I find it kind of funny that you should be so upset. Didn't you message me in the first place to brag about stealing my husband from me? So you could say that the pain you are feeling now is exactly what you hoped I would feel.
This is different. I don't care about you.
Wow, at least you're honest, I guess.
You always had the best grades in the high school and the teachers and boys loved you more than anyone else. You think you're so much better than everyone else. I always hated you so much.
Evan, it's been over 10 years since we graduated high school. Whatever happened in high school is long past now. Let it go.
I can't let it go. You always had everything and no one ever wanted me. It's just not fair. I love him so much. I thought it was fate that I moved to the city and then he came here for business. It was like the universe was saying we should be together. I thought I had a once-in-a-lifetime chance to be happy and get revenge on you all at once.
Well, it looks like another woman is going to get that happiness in the end. I wish her luck trying to keep him faithful though.
What should I do? I don't understand how he could do this to me. It hurts so much. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to tell you. Talking to me about it won't help. Ben and I have nothing to do with each other anymore.
You're his wife first.
Yes, and we divorced. If I were to put myself in the middle of his life now, it would only cause chaos for everyone. I'm not getting in the middle of this.
Well, what if you just talk to him as my friend?
But we're not friends.
We're not.
Look, Evan, it doesn't matter how you ask. There's nothing I can do for you.
Please help me.
I can't. Anyways, I have to go. I have a date tonight and I need to get ready.
A date? You're seeing someone already?
I've been single for several months now. There's nothing strange about me going on a date. Bye, Evan.
Selena. Please help me, just give me some advice. I haven't been feeling well the last few days, so I took a pregnancy test. The test was positive. I didn't plan on getting pregnant. Ben has already left me to go live with her. My heart hurts so much and I don't know what to do. Kaylin came to my office yesterday and told my manager about how I was having an affair with a client. Ben's company is canceling its contract with us. There's a rumor that the company is blaming me for the lost contract and I could be fired any day now. All of that on top of being pregnant. I really don't know what to do, Selena. I always do this to myself. Why can't I be smart like you? I had to move here because my family found out about my relationship with our old classmate. The one who was married. They cut me off and told me they didn't want to see me ever again. So I moved here to try and start a new life, but now look at me. I thought that Ben would marry me and we would have a baby and build a life together. I told him that I was pregnant and he just blew me off. He said there was no way he was going to get another divorce and start all over rebuilding his life. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to raise this child as a single mom and now I might be out of a job. What should I do? Selena, are you there? Please, Selena. You are smarter than me and I know you'll know what to do. Please give me some advice. Don't leave me all alone like this. Selena, are you there? If you were a real friend, you would help me right now.
The sense of desperation conveyed in Evan's final messages made me question whether Ben would fulfill his responsibility of paying child support or if he would attempt to disregard both Evan and their child entirely. In the end, though, that didn't matter. Subsequently, a DNA test confirmed that the baby was not his biological child from the start. Despite Evan's persistent insistence that the child was his, the undeniable truth of the DNA test proved otherwise. In the face of irrefutable evidence, she finally confessed to having a one-night stand with another man. She reached out to the man she had been with that fateful night, and after some negotiation, he agreed to provide her with a one-time payment instead of ongoing child support. Following the transaction, he promptly vanished from her life. She sought refuge at her parents' place and temporarily stayed there during her pregnancy, but her stay was short-lived. After the baby was born, she immediately put him up for adoption. Her family promptly disowned her upon her return. As for Ben, things didn't conclude in an ideal manner for him either. Rumors started circulating around the company about his involvement with the manager's daughter. Some even went as far as claiming that he manipulated her into a marriage solely for her wealth. He lost the trust of everyone, and as a result, His work performance drastically declined. The company was on the brink of bankruptcy due to the turmoil caused by his relationship with Kaylin, or so I heard.
Hello, Thekla, it's been a while. How have you been? I wonder if you know who I am. Have you already forgotten me?
I'm fine. My apologies, but I'm not certain about your identity. Could you please provide me with your name? It appears that you're not listed in my contacts.
It seems that over the past 3 years, you have become more relaxed and less cautious. Wow, you really didn't know Roy's ex-wife was calling you.
Why on earth are you messaging me about Otis?
That's correct. I simply thought it had been a while since we last chatted. Please don't get upset. I just wanted to say hi for my besser friend. Don't be so surprised, Thekla. I'm glad you think that I remember you. Even though you don't want to remember me, I understand.
Okay, Otis. Of course I remember you, but you were on a rampage when I married Roy. You done a lot of strange stuff. You have no business approaching me. You make me scare.
Oh, please don't bring any of crazy stuff up to me. I don't think I do like you say. I'm not that person anymore, and I wouldn't call it a rampage. I'm sure others have done far worse because of you. You broke my family, so don't expect me to sympathize.
You wouldn't call it a rampage since you committed so many heinous things. You also stated repeatedly that you would never approve Roy and me being together. After he married me, you messaged and bothered him every day. Do you have an estimate of how many times we have to block each the novel phone numbers you keep coming up with?
How dare you block my phone number? Huh? Come on, Thekla, it's exactly what it should be. LOL. That's because he remarried shortly after we divorced, you know? We had just been divorced for 3 years when he married you, cheated on me. That is far too soon. I assumed he remarried soon to get back at me and make me jealous, and that he probably doesn't truly love you. Is that correct? Don't be naive, Thekla. Roy and I were married before you came into the picture. We had a history together, and our connection is far stronger than what you two have. You're just a temporary substitute.
That's not fair, Otis. Love is not a competition, and it's not for you to decide who Roy loves more. Our relationship is based on trust, respect, and mutual affection. We've built something beautiful together.
Oh, spare me the sentimental talk, Thekla. Roy may have moved on, but deep down, he still loves me. I know him better than anyone else, including you.
You're being delusional, Otis. People grow and change, and Roy has chosen to be with me. It's time for you to accept that and move on. Please wait a moment. Do you realize how much hardship Roy and I went through just to get away from you? And I'm sure you don't want to do it again. We had to call the cops because you were completely mad. I've obtained a restraining order against you.
Yeah, I knew that, but I stopped once the cops got involved. I didn't think I was that insane. I think it's just a mistake. Do you realize how cruel it was to call the cops on me? I was terrified. You guys gone too far.
We had no choice since you were out of control and we were terrified. What is your reason for contacting me? You are aware that you are not permitted to do so. How did you acquire my phone number? After all that transpired, I received a new phone number.
You asked a lot of questions. I acquired Roy's phone number from one of his pals. It was so simple to convince him to tell me. It was so simple to persuade him that I'm just too attractive for a man to tell me now.
Liam has a lot of friends. Can you tell me who they were? They shouldn't have done it without our consent, and I'm sure they know we don't want to communicate with you.
No, it's a secret I promised him I wouldn't reveal in exchange for playing with him as a good boy. Plus, telling you that would make things dull, so it wouldn't appear to be a game between us.
Whatever I don't need to know is all right with me. Despite their carelessness, you were the one who bribed them, and I know how manipulative you can be. Anyway, you only responded to one of my queries. What are you attempting to accomplish by texting me? I know you despise me, therefore I'm sure you have a plan to retaliate.
I haven't given it much consideration yet, so what should I do?
Do you believe I'll be successful?
No, I don't, and why would you even ask me such a question? If you're attempting to terrify me or make me feel uneasy, know that nothing you say or do will work. Do you think that you're too confident?
That is acceptable. I believe I will win in the end. You may say whatever you want now, but I'm sure you'll change your mind afterwards. I appreciate how you think of myself as this wicked and evil person. It makes things more fascinating and entertaining for me. On the positive side, we both fell for the same guy, indicating that we both have wonderful choice in men. Why don't we simply be buddies? How do you think about this demand? Maybe I will share something to you?
Nope. I have nothing further to say to you, so please stop contacting me. You are so disgusting.
Is it truly going to be acceptable with you, even though you'll be sorry?
I have nothing to be sorry for. I'm blocking you right now because I don't have anything else to talk about with you.
Oh, but don't block me just yet. I have something essential to tell you that I believe will transform your life forever. But I'll be able to tell you later, since telling you now would be inappropriate. I have a few things I need to accomplish before. Since you're a cute girl, I'll tell you something. Will you hold off till then?
What do you mean? Is it truly going to change my life enough for me to keep in touch with you?
Yes, everything will be okay. Just wait a little longer, since this is something you will want to hear. Following, I assure you that you will obtain what you desire. It'll be like I'll never contact you again. I never existed, so how about we make a deal?
Are you serious? Will you truly leave us alone?
Yes, I am, and I swear not to bother you again.
Okay, but I don't want you to show up or communicate with Roy.
I despise lying, therefore I'll maintain my word.
You are a bad person.
That was myself a few years ago. I'm a completely different person now. I'll contact you again soon, so keep a lookout for my messages. Please be patient with me while I keep my commitment.
1 week later.
Oh, I spotted you. I'm so pleased I went out today.
What exactly do you mean?
You noticed me. You appear to be becoming more mature today.
He really went for it, didn't he? We look so similar. You're clearly just a stand-in.
Please stop with the meaningless rambling texts. It's freaking me out.
What exactly are you discussing about?
You are free to continue acting stupid if you like. Today I saw everything. I also have photographic evidence that you were taking a walk with a younger man.
Is that correct?
That is correct. I completely caught you cheating. You were out walking with someone other than Roy. Is Roy aware that you are now absent?
I must have missed a notice since walking nowadays is considered cheating. Come on, since when did you give yourself the right to follow me like that?
You two seem to know each other very well since you were strolling close together and we were so casual and joyful talking to each other. You are unquestionably cheating.
Alternatively, it could be that dude is my younger brother. Insane try. Also, please do not photograph me. My younger brother was 25 years old. It disgusts me that you believe I would pursue someone so young. I'm not like you. And, for the record, we have nothing in common. They are completely insane.
Why do you have to be so serious all the time? You're true about me like younger males. They're simply so attractive, and they're so bashful that aldermen don't get the same emotions. You won't receive the same reactions from older males. I know they're young, so I merely float around a bit. I wouldn't go any farther.
For joy, you flirt with young lads. Don't follow us just to take pictures and videos anymore. You're such a horrible and filthy person that you're flirting with younger guys and going out with other men, which is why Roy left you. It definitely opened his eyes to the type of relationship he was in. Have you performed any self-reflection?
Of course I do. It makes me sad to think about how Roy abandoned me. Roy genuinely ranked the highest out of every male I slept with and every boy I flirted with.
I'm shocked by an answer. Do you rank men?
I'm simply saying Roy has the nicest looks. Did he receive a raise yet? How much money does he make now? Oh, my apologies for I let him leave. I have regrets, as you can see. I do think about myself.
What type of self-reflection is that? Plainly, you have learnt nothing useful? So, in the end, all you bother about is Roy's appearance and his money.
What's the big deal about his having a good face and body? He also has a lot of money. I'm sure you're aware of this. Roy and I get along well and have a lot of history. Do you want me to tell you more about him? I'm sure there's a lot you don't know about Roy when he was younger.
Stop uttering stuff like this, you make me ill. I should never have agreed to wait for you to deliver me the ostensibly life-changing news. What the heck is the matter with you?
Relax, that was only a joke. Don't become upset with me either. I was just concerned about Roy's well-being today. I just wanted to let you understand that when I cheated on him, it was due to the fact that he was always abroad and overloaded with business. I was lonely back then since all he did was work, and I spent many long and chilly nights alone as he went extra every day. Do you see that? You'll probably see that from his boredom. LOL. That is why I would go out hunting for entertainment. I was eager for affection and attention.
Stop it. Even if it was intended as a joke, it was still a foolish thing to say. I also don't want to hear your reasons for cheating on him. You should never flirt with boys much younger than you when married.
I got it already. Wasn't I promised you that you would have to wait to hear what I had to say? I am going to tell you everything as soon as possible.
What exactly are you doing? I know you're up to no good. Can't you just tell me so I can move on with my life?
You simply must be patient. There is still a lot of preparation to be done. All you need to do is sit back and unwind. I'll notify you when the time comes. I'll message you again shortly.
I honestly don't trust you. Can't you simply tell me now that you're done playing around? 2 weeks later.
Hey, I can't believe it's already been a week, but I have something to tell you. Also, don't you think Roy has been acting odd lately? I mean, what's going on with him?
What are you talking about? Just tell me nothing looks out of the ordinary. He's been acting like himself.
Are you certain about that? Don't you think he's been arriving home later than usual? Do you truly believe he's working extra on weekends? Do you honestly believe he works extra hours on weekends? When males say they are working overtime or taking an additional day off, it typically suggests they are concealing something. My boyfriend is working with Roy so well. I was wondering, so I texted you.
I'm not you, and you're stalking us once more. What are you trying to say? We simply talked about it the other day. Nothing about him appears abnormal or unique.
I'm so sorry, but the time has come for me to tell you this. I truly hate having to tell you this, but I just feel so horrible true. Roy can be ambiguous with someone.
That is the biggest lie you could ever tell me, since that is what you truly wanted to tell me all along. To be honest, I had hoped for more from you. Huh? You look so stupid with your imagination. He would never cheat on me, and I know it since we have gone through so much together. He nearly always comes home on time, and he was just promoted, so we had to stay a bit longer than normal. Roy has been receiving instruction from his new supervisor. Aside from that, he typically arrives home on schedule.
Is that what he said to you? That's the oldest excuse every unfaithful husband would give his wife. Do you think it's strange that I'm telling you he's cheating and this is the only week he's been late?
You don't have to trust me if you don't want to. I understand how you feel, but it's the truth. I know it hurts to hear this, and I'm sure you're in doubt. Let it all hang out and say what you want. This is crazy.
Are you sure of your words, Thekla?
I'm certain you're lying. You are talking nonsense, Otis.
Really? So Roy's working overtime?
What do you mean by that?
Roy and I are currently together. Oh, what should I say? He stayed with me like he never broke up, and maybe this is a blessing for us to get back together. Poor my friend, don't know what to do. That's the truth. I can't help you. LOL. You just have so much faith in him that he selected me in the end. You must find a way to go on. I have waited so long for this moment, and it has finally here.
There is no way I believe any of this for a single second.
I'm sure you are unwilling to think about your worst nightmare, but who would? But because this is your reality, do I need to go into further detail? I was his first crush, his first kiss, first everything. It was only logical that our fates were intertwined. We were just destined to be. That's why he forgets about you so easily. You just had a few years with him, but I had everything.
Stop bothering me. You sound foolish and pitiful. You may have a lengthy relationship with him, but it does not affect how he thinks about you right now. People, unlike you, change.
Okay, let's suppose I'm lying, even if I am able to tell you a variety of stuff Roy is doing behind your back with me. You could make up your mind. So, did he respond, or did I win? Do you now believe me? How much more perform I have to say to persuade you that you've been defeated? Please answer me now.
He didn't respond, but it doesn't imply he's not with you.
Didn't I speak you? LOL. I did what I wanted, and I'm almost finished with you. All you have to do is one more thing, and I'll let you alone forever, like I promised. Now all you have to do is divorce Roy as soon as possible. Roy is mine, get the hell out of him. You have no hope.
I know you're lying, but your claim that he didn't answer his phone doesn't imply anything without clear proof. In the weeks that followed, Otis kept pestering us with messages and videos from Roy. I was tired of continuing to mess with her. But the story does not end there. She also tries to annoy Roy at work. So we decided to call the police to end the story here.
How dare you, Thekla? You had the audacity to call the police on me? I can't believe you stooped so low.
Otis, I had no choice. You were crossing the line, harassing us, and making us feel unsafe. I had to take action to protect myself and Roy.
Harassing you? That's a load of nonsense. I never did anything wrong. I just wanted to be a part of Roy's life, and you couldn't handle it.
You were constantly following us, invading our privacy, and manipulating situations. It wasn't healthy for any of us. You need to understand that.
Oh, please. You're just naive, Thekla. I had to deceive you about Roy being with me because you're so gullible, so easily fooled.
I trusted you, Otis. I believed in our friendship, but you've proven that you're incapable of respecting boundaries. Your actions were unacceptable.
Unacceptable? You're the one who couldn't handle the truth. I did what I had to do because you didn't appreciate my presence in Roy's life.
Your presence was toxic, Otis. It caused strife and discomfort. I needed to prioritize our well-being, even if it meant involving the authorities.
Well, I hope you're happy now, Thekla. You've shown your true colors. Don't expect me to ever forgive you for this betrayal.
I'm sorry if it has come to this, Otis, but I had to protect my family. Maybe it's time for both of us to move on and find peace separately.
Peace? I'll find my peace without you or Roy. You'll regret treating me this way, Thekla. Mark my words.
I truly hope you find the help and support you need, Otis. It's clear that we can no longer coexist in each other's lives. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Thekla. Don't expect me to ever forget or forgive what you've done.
After that, Otis was detained for 3 months as a warning. She was also transferred to another place by arrest warrant. We live happily together with the baby about to be born.